deals, for you to close sales and make money and have money in the pocket, it's very, very important that sales is basically a relationship. That means you have to build a rapport. You have to build a rapport. Somebody told me, my mentor told me, Dr. Wale Akinyemi told me that people buy people. So first and foremost, I need to know who is Castro, you know? And once you build a rapport, it becomes so easy to sell. I remember even yesterday, I hosted a very good friend of mine from the US. She's a reverend. And for many times I've gone to the US and even gone to see her, to pitch to her. She has not bought, never bought anything from Optiven. But I said, wait a minute, what if I just host her, you know? And I hosted her. And by the end of the visit, because they came with the family, I had sold 4 properties in Nanyuki. Can you imagine? They said, I want a half an acre, I want a half an acre, I want a quarter an acre. Why? People buy people. Maybe you can ask yourself, maybe Grace Kimani, you can ask yourself, are there times I've lost a deal because there was no relationship with your customer? You know, and I'm sure most of us, we have lost many deals because we have not built a rapport with the people we are trading with. People buy people. How do we close deals? Number 2, there's something I call follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. Yes. Many a times, you know, I manage a big team of members, and I have seen people losing deals because when they follow up once, maybe the customer is not ready, or the customer has no money, or the customer is in bad moods. You know, you can get a customer when the moods are not okay. Maybe they had fought last night with a spouse. The mood is not okay. So if you follow up once and you give up, you lose the sale. But the formula is, the method is, you follow up, you may not get it. You follow up again, maybe you're 50%, and you keep following up. How do you follow up? Some of the things we do is you can either just do a courtesy call. You're not selling. You're just saying, Dear Nagilai, I was just checking on you. That's a follow-up. Dear Madam Selem, how did the exam go? You know, for your children. You are selling indirectly. You follow up. Maybe there are people who are very busy. They don't pick their calls easily. Send that SMS. Good morning. I hope everything is okay. Follow up. Follow up. The other day, you know, I did an SMS and a WhatsApp to our customers in Los Angeles, you know, California, where there was a lot of fire. And all of them, I recorded even a voice to ask them, how are you? I hope you are safe. We are praying for you, you know. And out of that voice that I sent to quite a number of them, some were so touched and they said, Washiri, what do you have in Vipingo? And I think I sold 2 sales. Why? Follow up, follow up, follow up. Not only selling, but even checking how people are. Sometimes it's a visit. You visit people, visit your clients, attend their events, know their birthdays. Those are follow-ups. That's how people close deals. Follow up, follow up, follow up. I listened to Brian Tracy, you know, and he had a video discussing how you can make a lot of money through sales. And follow up was one of them. Number 3, how do you close deals? How can you close deals this year, 2025? How do you close deals this year, 2025? Understand your customer's pain. Yes, understand your customer pain. What is customer looking for? The other day, somebody came to my office, you know, and this person had lost money through a real estate deal. And this customer was looking for somebody to listen to her, just to listen. And I spent about 28 minutes just listening the story, listening. After listening, of course, I had a few minutes to tell her what we are doing. And because of, in fact, he told me, because of opening a door for almost 30 minutes, tell me what you have. I know Optiven, you'll be there for 26 years. I can't lose here. Can you imagine if I refuse to listen to this customer? How many times do we lose deals because we are always in a hurry? We are running. We are in a rush. Tunakimbia. It is important to understand your customer's challenges, your customer's pain. What is customer looking for? How is his or her past? Because many customers are injured in the past. Listen to them. Listen to their stories. And once you listen to their story, offer a solution. A solution could be comfort. Yeah. The crying shoulder. Yes. You are there for them. Just listening to them. They consider it very, very important. Listening to them. Once you understand their pain, you can be able to offer them a solution. And then number 4, how do you close deal easily? Number 4. Most of the time, especially people who are out of the country, they are used to discounts. For us in Kenya, we are not very used to discounts. But if you want to close a deal quickly, you can offer a discounted option. I remember the other day, we were offering Black Friday offers, a big discount. And you could see customers rushing before 24 hours elapse. You need to look at your product and see, are there some times that you can give a discount? Of course, not going to a loss. I know most of you are selling properties on behalf of others. Can you negotiate with the property owner on a good discount so that this customer comes in? And then you keep terms. You say, if you pay me within 3 days, I'll give you 10%. If you pay within 7 days, I'll give you 3%. If you pay me after a month, 0 discount. That way, you can easily close a deal without any challenge. Number 5, how do you close deals easily? Number 5, create a sense of urgency. Yeah. Create a sense of urgency. Let me tell you a story one time. One time I went to sell a property and I made a mistake and I told the customer, this property is 200 acres. It's 200 acres and it has subdivided into 5 acres, 5 acres. And you are looking at selling this property in the next 3 years. The customer knew, even if I come in the next 2 years, the property is going to be there. There's no urgency. Little did I know that every time you make an offer, maybe you're selling somebody something, create a sense of urgency. There is another person waiting for this property. This property has got limited offer. Yeah, this offer is limited only 24 hours. Or this offer is valid for 30 days, Create a sense of urgency. There are limited number of properties, limited number of plots, But if you sell abundance, customers say, I'll see Muridi Gari next year. I'll see you next year. I'll see Madam Salem next week. There's no urgency. And by the way, when they go after a month, maybe they use that money. You not find it. So you lose a deal. So for you to close a deal easily, create a sense of urgency. Very, very important. Number 6, how do you close a deal so easily in this market in the year 2025? It's important sometimes because you are a professional. Yeah, when I look at you, Jane Jogu, you are a professional in real estate. Sometimes it's good to give a professional suggestion. Yeah, it's important to give a customer a professional suggestion. I don't know how many people, especially men, when you go to a restaurant and you are given a menu, I find men don't check on the menu. In fact, they ask, what is available? What do you recommend? And sometimes I see some waiters, they don't know how to recommend. The same case with us in real estate. Sometimes people want to buy something, but they're not sure. But for you, because every day, Kevin, every day you deal with real estate. Yeah, Martin Boro, every day you deal with real estate. Yeah, Grace, every day. So you are a professional. So sometimes you can give a professional suggestion. You can suggest. You can suggest an offer. You can give a recommendation. Okay? You can do it. And many a times, people actually accept it because they know George Washiri is a professional. Sometimes people come to my office and say, George, you have very many properties. Do you suggest I buy Nanyuki and why? Or do I buy Vipingo? Why? Of course, for you, you are able to push what you want to push by then. So you can offer that professional advice. Don't wait until the customer really struggles. Because majority, they don't know exactly what they are looking for, okay? Some want something in the counties. They will ask you, which is the best county to invest? You have an opportunity, a golden opportunity to offer a professional suggestion. Very, very important. How do you close deals easily? Number 7, make it feel now or never. Yeah, as you're discussing, make the feel, you know, it's now or never. Make it feel like it is now or never, so that they are able to commit. And remember the other day I was speaking to someone. I was doing a pitch in Germany, and this lady came and told me, I am not ready to invest in Kenya. I am not going to invest in Kenya. Why? You Kenyan people, you have been eating our money. So I had to do a lot of convincing that not every Kenyan who misuse customers' money. And then this lady told me, I am going to test you with 5 euros. And I thought 5 euros was little. Little did I know she was asking for my ID to check my ID against my name. Then she asked me, how do I know this is your ID? Then I sent her to our website. Then she asked me, how do I know you are the CEO? She looked at the photo, she looked back, said, no, I can't believe it. I'll give you this 5 euro. I am coming in a month. And if I don't find a property, you give me back this 5 euro with the interest. So I took 5 euro, did an agreement, okay? And I told her, you have already secured your property, so it's already deal sealed. The story became very sweet because when she came, she was able to pay. Why? I was able to make it a sale regardless of the consideration. So sometimes we ask huge consideration and you lose a deal. So when you pitch, you can tell somebody, make a commitment, 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%. Just offer. You never know. It is now or never, because when the customer goes, who knows? They are going to meet somebody else and you lose a deal. Of course, many times you lose deals because you're not able to convince and somebody else is able to convince. Even us, we lose the customers to others because of we are not able to close that deal now or never. Something else I can also share with you, number 8, is if you want to close a deal, give something. Just because you value your customer. Yeah, give something. Give them something. What I've discovered, even a killing, people value it. You know, give something. The other day, we were giving people an air ticket to Mombasa to go view our properties. And out of that air ticket, that's something that we are giving, you find you're attracting a huge percentage of people. So even as you sell, what are you giving? It could be a killing. It could be a cup like this one. It could be a diary, you know, give something. Giveaways, they call it giveaways. Give something just because the customer knows you value them. That's what you are giving. You value them. Give something. Give a voucher, for example. Give something. Customers feel so valued. They feel important. They feel very important. One of the things that we do for us at Optiven, we have a policy of making customers feel they are valued. For example, if they are bereaved, we ensure we attend the funeral, for example. If they're doing a wedding, we ensure we attend their weddings. If they have a family meeting, we are there with a kabahasha. That act, that envelope would be having 1,000 or 500. But that sense of a customer feeling they are valued, they will be forever your members. That's the best way that you can be able to close and close more deals. Something else has worked for me and has worked for us is use of visual content. Yeah. Use of visual content. Sometimes I see salespeople struggling so much because they have nothing to show. Because when people see something like a video or photos, the believability is higher other than just talking. Have something visual on your phone. Just pick your phone. You know, when you're presenting using your phone, have something you share what you're selling. And quickly, if you're on an elevator, for example, you're on a lift, you know, or in a washroom, or a restroom, or a bathroom, or a cloakroom, you can quickly open your phone and tell somebody, by the way, we have a very special offer. This is what we are offering, something visual. And when that thing is visual, please don't do long videos. People have no concentration, especially nowadays. With the age of TikTok, the age of Instagram, the age of X, you know, people have no patience. They have no time. Be quick, quickly. That's why even on media, they tell you your advert must be 30 seconds. Can you imagine? Ikienda sana, 33 seconds, not minutes. However, most of us, we have long videos. People have no concentration. The same way when you go to pitch, it's important for you to practice your 60-second pitch. People don't have time for stories. Don't give a lot of stories. Just put your name, what you're doing, what you're selling, and why you think what you're selling is the best in the world. Very, very important. And then get a contact of that person, because people have no time. They have no patience. So even those visuals, let them be brief. Those photos, don't send somebody 10 photos of a house. You know, sometimes people tell me, this is what I'm selling. Unatumiwa 50 photos on your phone. You wonder. Even the time to delete, you're already irritated. You are unhappy. Please don't make people unhappy. Have 1 or 2 photos. It's enough. If somebody is buying 1 or 2 or maximum 3, it's enough. People have no time. So use those visuals, but brief. Let them be brief. Very. The same with presentations. Brief presentation. What else works for you to close deals easily and has worked for me? Showing empathy for customer situation. Many a times when we start transaction, many things happen. Right now in our nation, Kenya, there are a lot of things happening. People are losing jobs. You know, people are stressed. So if you're not very careful, if you don't listen with your 2 ears, when you're handling a customer, you may mess the customer up. So if you discover your customer is undergoing some challenges, show empathy for their situation. Walk with them, mourn with them, be with them, enter into their shoes. Yeah. You know, the other day, one of the customers came to us and she had invested good money. And within the time of investment, she fell sick and she was to go to India. And I saw an email, please refund me my money because I need this money to go to the hospital. And of course, what do? We wired back the money. It was a lot of money. Do you know, after she came back, by the grace of God, the customer is now well. The same money, she got more money and invested again. Can you imagine if you had refused? So sometimes our customers are undergoing challenges. So you as a salesperson, don't close the door. Show empathy for their situation. So don't be cold on them. You know, some people sometimes, and I've seen this with the salespeople, and us in marketing, and us business leaders. Sometimes once we close a deal, we become cold. You don't say hi to your customer. You don't do any follow-up, and you're just there. And when they call, you've even forgotten them. That's not a good thing as a deal closure. So show your human perspective. You are human. You are a human being. It's very, very important. Show that you are human. Create time to bond with this customer if it's possible. And if it is not, on your phone, save in a way that you remember that customer. For me, what I do, if I meet Madame Selem and have saved your number, there's a way I save that number so that when you call me, I'm not asking you, who are you? My own phone has got over 90,000 contacts, and every contact is saved uniquely. I know Castro Kevin. When Castro calls me, I have saved Castro as Castro Kevin DLC. Once I see DLC, I know this is a person, we go to the same chat. So you can be able to do those kind of things for you to remember the customer. So when they're in challenges, you're able to remember them. What else can you do to close deals easily? Discuss the opportunity cost. Yeah. Many customers tell you, I'll see you next year. I'm not in a hurry. Tell them, if you buy now, the economy is changing. This property you're buying now, next year, the value is going to be better. If you don't buy now, you lose money. the opportunity cost. You lose money. You lose more. If you don't buy it now, you lose. And that's why for us marketers, we sell through stories. For example, me, when I go to do presentation, what I do, I give people a story, and it's a practical story. You know, some years back, there were these properties being sold in Syokimau, 70,000, 90,000. And I had money. I had money to buy like 6, but I only bought 1. Today, that property is almost 80 million. So that means I lost a lot of money because I did not see the future. You can take the customer the journey, that what you're selling them, you can tell them the next 5 years, this is the value of this property. The next 10 years, this is what I see. Because for you, remember, you are a professional. So convince the customer why they should buy now and not tomorrow. Can you imagine? You know, 2 days ago, we hosted about 40 customers in Vipingo, one of our very prime projects. We are doing Cabro, we are doing perimeter wall, we are doing global gates. And when I was doing a presentation, I told them, right now, Vipingo prime, which is 5-star, we are selling 50 by 100 at 2.8 million. By the time we do Cabro, we do perimeter wall, we do global gate, we do up and drive from the highway, the same property we are selling at 2.8 is going to double. It's going to be 5.6, which is true, by the way, because sometimes customers don't figure out how their property is growing. And once they understand, you close a deal. Very, very important. How do you close the deal easily? Number 12, sell ownership of your solution. Remember, you are selling a solution. You are selling a solution. People buy solutions. And when you are selling a solution, that means there's a problem. There's a problem. In Kenya today, we have housing issues, housing problems. So for us in real estate, we are offering a solution for housing. But you must own that solution. Create a mental picture of your customer, of what you're selling. Create a mental picture. These apartments, maybe for example, Castro Kevin is selling an apartment on behalf. Create a mental picture that this apartment is bringing 300,000 today. The way I see this apartment and the cost of life, the way things are going, and the development happening in this area, for example, maybe in Thika, I foresee this apartment in the next 5 years giving you 1 million or 800,000 a month. Create a picture, a mental picture to the customer, and that way you close a deal. But for you to create that mental picture, you have to own it. You have to believe it so that they come from you. You know, you have to believe it. You have to believe to convince the customer. You must be compelling. Create a mental picture. That's what people buy. And you close a deal. Number 13, let the customer know why. Let the customer know why what you're selling is the best. Let the customer know. How do you convince them, Kevin, that the apartment you are selling is the best? Then on the neighborhood, there are others. Across the regions, there are others. Those who are selling properties like us. Why should a customer buy Kemuka 2, Achievers Paradise Phase 2? Yet, there's a neighborhood selling. Why? You must convince the customer why. Why should they buy? And there are many factors. Remember, people buy people. Tell them how you have supported many other people. Tell them about your organization, how it has supported a lot of many other people. Let them see permanence. One of the things we are experiencing in Kenya today is lack of permanence. There are many companies coming up. Within a short time, they have closed, and people lose money. But if they know that Madam Serem has been there for 10 years, you're not going anywhere. Tell them about your story, your foundation, how you do it. And Judy, tell them how you do it, and they're going to believe you. They're going to trust you. Okay? Let the customer know why what you're offering is the best, and why even you are the best to offer it. Number 14, use testimonials. Oh, yes. This one works magic. Use testimonials. On your phone, have a few testimonials you can share with your potential. Yeah. I remember one time we did a testimonial in a property we are selling in Kitengela. And this testimonial was saying, I owned a home with only 18,000 Kenya shillings. Can you imagine? And that video, you can Google it on our platform, has so many views. People want to know, how did this customer own a home with only 18,000 shillings? Kube, that was a deposit. Yeah, that was a deposit. But it's so convincing. And I remember this video has given us a lot of leads. So do you have testimonials? Are there people you have handled? Grace Kimani. Are there people you have handled and they have a testimony? Record it. Martin Boro. Have you handled some customers and they have a testimony? Share that testimony. And of course, remember, nowadays, because of data issues, don't just share people's photos. Don't just share people's testimonies. Ask for permission. Have a form that allows you to publish. Otherwise, you might be in trouble. The data regulations, the data rules, ensure somebody has accepted. And that's why nowadays, before you share customer testimonials, you must be sure. I remember one time I convinced a customer to do a testimonial. And it was so nice. In fact, I told her, can we use this testimonial on a TV station? Verbally, she says, yes. George, wewe ni rafiki. Use it. Take it to wherever you want. We took the testimonial to one of the main media. Man, the customer was asked, how much were you paid by Optivate? Everybody was asking her, umetajirika, wewe ni sonko, umelipwa na Optivate. Little did we know, the customer called back and say, you either pay me or you remove that advert. Put it out of the media. And we had to negotiate. So you must be very careful with the testimonials. But testimonials work magic. Testimonials work magic. The other day, we took one in Nanyuki. There's a customer who is building, who also allowed us to use her house. And then we told people, Utajenga lini? When are you building? And you are standing in front of that house. The kind of inquiries we got, because now people discovered this is no longer a forest. People are building. People are building in a great oasis, Nanyuki. And we were able to convert quite a number. So testimonials work. You can easily close a deal. And then number 15, it is important for you, Muridi Gari, it's important for you to list the pros of buying from you, the advantages of buying from you or your company. What are the advantages? Do you have an offer? What is the investment? What are the comparatives with others? Of course, don't mention your competition. One of the things I tell my mentee is that don't badmouth your competition. Badmouthing doesn't make you better. One of the things we train our people at Optivate is that never talk badly about the competition. Actually, we say the biggest competitor is yourself. Compete with yourself. Don't mention names. There is enough for everyone. So don't mention names. So that's very, very important. And then finally, it's very, very, for you to close deals very easily, to close the deals very easily, it's important for you to build, to understand, to know, to research your customer. Yeah, one time I was selling a property to a potential customer. I had not researched. Remember what I did? I was selling to this customer a 50 by 100. Little did I know, this guy was a multi-billionaire. He was actually looking for 10 acres. And I felt very embarrassed. Unauza 1/8. This guy is looking for 10 acres. So it's important. If you're meeting Madam Serem, for example, research her. If you're meeting Jude Wanjiru, Gethuku, research. Who is Jude? Who is Jim Jogu? Who is Castro? Who is Martin Boro? Go online, research them. Who is Grace Kimani? Who is Esther? Who is Nagilai? Research them. Who is Grace Joguna? Who is Nani? Who is Namunyak? Who is this person? Who is Nani? Who is Robinson? Nani, who is Robinson? Research them. Who is Maximilian? Who is Emma Kenyajui? Agulu in Ruiru. Who is Emma? Who is Jogona? Research them. Once you research, I can tell you, you can be able to start at a good place and you can close a deal. Don't be like me. You are selling somebody an eighth. This is somebody with the potential to buy hundreds of acres. As we conclude, I can see the time is well spent. Even as we talk about deal closure, remember, you need to make yourself a better agent. Yeah, make yourself better. When you go to meet a customer, prepare. This customer you are meeting, we talked about researching these customers. Make yourself better. Don't tell all the stories. Maybe let me use, for example, Emma Kenyajui. You are an agent in Ruiru, for example. Don't tell the customer all the stories of Ruiru. Apana. No, the customer needs this particular property. Research that property. Who is the owner? Tell the story of that particular property and the potential that property has. That way, you make yourself better. How do you make yourself better? Be a learner. Yeah. Be a person who understands your industry. Be a learner. For you to be a learner, this is a new year. What are you reading? Unasoma nini? Be a learner. Are you reading something that can be able to make you better? Associate yourself with a good mentor, because this industry is moving fast and growing very fast. Associate yourself with a good mentor who is making it. Somebody who is better than you. Somebody who is making it. You can pick a lesson or two. And that's why we have these particular sessions with you. Because for us, you'll be there for a number of years. You can pick something. But associating with a mentor, not only listening to these talks, apana, visit. Yeah. I am happy that some of you, like Muridi Gari, has visited Optivate. Yeah, visit. See what others are doing. Emma, sometimes just come and visit. Just a visit. Visit others so that you can also pick, you can also learn. I remember when I was an agent myself, I really used to admire Remax, and I used to go to their offices. I also used to admire, I think there was another real estate called Jimco. The way they do things. Sometimes I would visit. So it's important to make yourself better. Number 3, blog for success. You can be a blogger. Robinson, you can be a blogger. Let's see your stories about real estate. Whatever you research, blog. Personally, I'm a blogger. I have a blog called www.georgeashuri.com. Be a blogger. Blog for success. Call yourself the best-selling realtor. Yeah. Talk about yourself. Write about yourself. Let us read about Maximilian. Okay? Very, very important. And definitely, how do you make yourself better? Be visible. Be notable. Wherever you go, be visible. Be notable. The events you go to, when you go to visit your relatives, let people know what you're doing. Let people know Emma as a person who does stuff in the city of Nairobi. Be a solution provider. Yeah. Offer people solutions and always be positive. The world today requires positive people. And they say positive attracts. Every time you are positive, you attract. Be a positive person. And then finally, always keep in touch with your prospects all the time. Keep in touch with your prospects. Yeah. Have a record of them. Record them. Even those you met 5 years ago, have a record of them. Keep in touch with your prospects. So I wish you all the very best. I can see our time is well spent. And I'll take this mic back to Nagilai. I wish you all the very best. The platform is available for you. And anytime you can ask a question, that platform, you can ask a question, or you can share some experience, or maybe you have a customer that you don't know how to handle. We can always support one another. So if you are a challenging customer, you can always share on the platform, and we can be able to help you and support you. And also, that platform, feel free to market. I think there's one day for marketing. We allow people to market themselves so that we grow together. We grow each other. Let me take this mic back to Nagilai.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Daktari. And I believe each and every one of us has learned something new. Each and every one of us has learned the best ways to market and the best ways to present yourself out there. And I believe we are getting better and we are growing as a people, and we are growing as individuals and even out there in the marketplace. you are definitely going to do better than it was before. And I believe this evening we've been enriched, enlightened by our mentor, Dr. Washuri. So without much ado, I just want to ask, is there anyone with a question? I have an opportunity for one question because we have like 3 minutes. One question, very fast. One question, we go once.
Or a comment.
Yes. We go to nivae miwani ndio nione kama kuna comment. I think there are no comments. Hello to you, Castro. Fantastic. So I think, good, I can see Robinson. Let me read the comments. I can see 2 comments. I've just, we are grateful, CEO, for the insights you've shared. That is Robinson Washuri. Then we have Jen Njogu. She says, very powerful session. Castro says, thank you for explaining the follow-up point. I was really struggling with that. Martin Boro says, very educative. Grace Njuguna says, please share the recording for us who joined late kindly. Very true, I'll share. Serem says, impactful session as always. And she says, we shall use the lessons. Njuguna says, very informative. And Morevi Ngari says, I need to improve on empathy. Thanks, mentor. Okay, so thank you. It is true. I will share the recording in the group so that maybe those who missed can get something. And I can see actually we are almost 100% because as we end, we are 18 here and we are usually in the group 19. So this is like 100%. The only thing I request is that let's make the group active. Let's make the group, very interactive so that when we ask a question like today, we cannot have to reschedule because people have not responded. So thank you so much. God bless you. And I take this opportunity to adjourn this to next month. That is the month of February, and we will let you know the date. To our mentor, thank you so much for taking us through and taking your time to prepare for us. God bless you. Asanteni.